Hello folks, I'm Pat Hogue. I'm here today to put a Hogue MONOGRIP on my Ruger revolver. What I have is a Ruger GP100 revolver, and before I get started I'm going to check to make sure there's no bullets in it, just for safety. Now the original Ruger grips, they're held on by a single screw. I'm going to start by pulling that screw out of the grip. Take the screw out. Now these wood panels are pretty much just laying inside a snug rubber pocket, and to take that out I'm probably going to take this screw, maybe reverse thread it in this nut, give myself a little handle to pull the wood out. And underneath here we can see there's a little metal pin. A lot of people really don't know what that's for or why it's there. And after counseling with the Ruger folks, what it is it's a pin. Say you want to gunsmith your guns, not so much even something a consumer would use too much. It's a tool to retain the mainspring, to take the mainspring out of the gun if you're going to do any action work or whatnot. This is a pin that really doesn't need to be part of your grip kit or kept in the field. In fact, you can use just about any piece of paper clip or other little metal pin for that anyways. So what we're going to do is we're going to set that aside for now. And underneath the grips there's a round aluminum lug or dowel or pin, you want to call it. I'm going to just kind of push on that some, and that's going to lift the other wood panel. I'm going to take that off. You can see how the wood panels have a corresponding bore that nests over that aluminum lug. And I'm going to then go ahead and push that lug out further and lift it out all the way if I need to. I can even push on it with my screwdriver a little bit and take that all the way out of the grip. And set that aside. The grip at that point just slides right straight off of a grip tang in this case. And you can see your mainspring in there. And then you completely remove the grip at that point, and I'll store those pieces away for later. I might even put this little pin back in the grip so I don't lose it. And that way I kind of like to keep my stuff put together, and put these grip panels back on there, maybe even put the screw in and snug it down just to stick it in my gun stuff. Now what we see here is we got this tang, and then there's this aluminum shaft that went through, or pin, or whatever we want to call it, is designed to go through that hole. We're not going to use the original Ruger pin. We're going to use another pin that comes in the Hogue Grips kit. You can see it down in here. It's part of a stirrup assembly with the screw and nut. I'll go ahead and open up the package and take the body of the rubber grip out and set it aside, and pop the package open further and take the stirrup assembly out. Now the stirrup assembly, like I said, is composed of a U-shaped stirrup piece, and it has an aluminum barrel pin again, and then the screw, which easily threads in and out of a nut. And I'll start by just using my fingers and spreading that piece of spring steel away from the nut, removing it. And then what I'm going to do is set that pin in that hole. It doesn't have to fit tight, it just falls free. The stirrup keeps it in place and retains it. And what I'm going to do is put this stirrup and just sort of spread it and push it over to where it snaps over these two ears, I call them, on the pin. And it then allows you kind of a swivel attachment for flexibility, and it keeps that nut down at the bottom of the gun where the screw then can reach it. And what I'm going to do is then take the screw and remove it from the stirrup, set it aside for now. And we can see now that this just kind of hangs and dangles down below the grip tang. Now I'm going to take the grip and I'm going to look inside the grip, and there is a series of channels or slots inside the grip, and the mouth of the grip, or the open top part of it, I noticed is kind of sort of squeezed in a little bit. It's not really parallel. That's intentional. That's to keep the grip tight and hug the sides of the gun when you fully install it onto your revolver. That is intentional. What I'm going to start doing is line up this stirrup and these pins down inside the grip into those tracks. And I'm going to kind of, if necessary, use my fingertips, and I'm going to spread the sides of the grip to keep the edges protected from snagging and maybe tearing. You know, you can, if you don't spread it or be cautious here, you can damage the leading edge of the rubber. Now I'm going to continue this down on in the grip, and I'm going to also then spread this the top of the grip, these edges. And then when I get it past those leading edges, I'm going to go ahead and push her all the way down home until the grip seats fully around the tang area and the sides and the trigger guard. Now, on the inside of the grip, those tracks or grooves, what they do is they guide the stirrup and the nut down inside the grip to position it and line up the nut with the hole in the bottom. So when you put the grip screw down through the butt of the grip, it should line up with that nut, so you won't have to be fishing around in there. That just comes automatic. I'm going to take my screwdriver. You can see we got the screw in here almost all the way down, and what that will do is it will cinch and it'll pull on that aluminum pin inside the grip tang, and it literally pulls or hoists that tang down into the grip, and it registers on the hard plastic surfaces inside to locate the grip. I'm going to double check, make sure everything's lined up still. Then I'm going to put a little bit of torque on here, not too great, but just enough so I'm confident the grip won't come loose. And it looks like we're in good shape. Oh yeah, that is a lot more comfortable. It has the finger grooves that fit between my fingers, and it has a palm swell here that fills the hollow area of my hand, and well, that's going to be a lot more comfortable to shoot. I think I'm going to grab some cartridges and head out to the range. Thanks.